All right, so you all know me. I'm Cassie Villela, a realtor and property manager here in San Antonio and investor. And we do these market updates every couple of weeks just so that we will be on top of the data and notice any shifts as soon as they start happening. So I think it's really good to stay on top of that. Here's the COVID updates. So, for a while there, it was getting pretty bad in San Antonio, but it looks like the trend is downward. You could see there at the bottom right-hand corner, the stress score it used to be in the red zone and it's gone down. And then they have the green, yellow, orange, red system, like warning system, and we're back in, I think, yellow. So COVID is definitely improving in San Antonio, or the situation is improving. So that's very, very good. And so we'll move on to market data. Here's our showings per week. So, no, not any new news. It's pretty much stayed very consistent. We've still got the same amount of showings as normal. So that's good. And then same thing with rentals. So you can see the comparison to this week last year, very much the same. The typical uptick on that, like week 5, week 1, from their other lease ending and looking for a new place. But things are kind of just rolling along just as expected, as if COVID was not even happening almost, especially in the rental market. So that's good news. Home sales on the upward trend. So they always go down, remember, the week after that last day of the month. You kind of see a peak, April 27th to May 3rd, there's a little peak there. There's a little peak at the beginning of July, beginning of August, because everybody's trying to get their sale in before the end of the month. Again, because leases typically end then, and title companies and everybody's trying to get things in before the end of the month. So this downturn is more of a balance for that peak, I think, than actually going low. But still, the overall trajectory over time is up, which is awesome. Same thing with the price. I've noticed the price has risen pretty steadily over the last few months. I mean, I know that compared to some places, California or higher cost places, that this doesn't seem like much of an uptick. $10,000 or $20,000 isn't much, but here that's a pretty significant, pretty significant number. So we are definitely seeing the costs go up. That's in relation to interest rates being so low, so people can afford to pay more, and so the prices are kind of rising. And also the low inventory means that buyers have to pay the higher prices. So, right now when I have buyer clients, I am telling them, if you want this house, you're pretty much going to have to pay full price. It may be a bidding war. It's really, it's such a seller's market right now, so that's driving the prices up, obviously. You all know supply and demand economics there. So, but that's what we're seeing. That's what the data has, consistently shown, that we're just in this really wild seller's market. We have the new data from July from Sabre. So there were more rentals this past couple of months rented out. So the supply is fine for rentals. And then the rent price is going up. I was actually really surprised to just realize, even last month and then this month, that the average rental price in San Antonio, this does not include apartments. The apartments have their own system, and then we have the MLS, which is typically small multifamily like duplexes, fourplexes, sometimes condos, and homes. So this is kind of a different, apartments are a totally different story, but for mostly homes, the average price right now is $1,582, which just seems so much higher than I expected, especially in the middle of COVID, but that's where we are. And then the days on market have, of course, been going down. This is for rentals again. And so I wanted to go back to the price. I think next meeting, I will expand out. I normally do the showings per week are the 100 to $200,000 range. I normally focus on that range. I think in a couple of weeks, I'm going to take a look at some different price brackets because the story for the last year or so has been that anything that's a starter home, under 250,000 is going to sell super quick, multiple offers, lots of competition. But anything over that is it's gonna be a little bit slower. But what I've noticed, and just anecdotally, so I need to find the data to look at this, but what I've noticed is that even in that higher price range right now, it's a crazy market. So I had some buyers and they wanted a $700,000 home, so very high price point, and there were 12 offers in the first weekend. So I think that across the board right now, the market is really hot. We've kind of seen that in every price point. It's just gone bananas. So I'm going to do some of that for next week or next in 2 weeks in case there are any flippers who want to look at, okay, well, maybe, it's too competitive to get that starter home, but maybe I can do like the mid, 250 to $300,000 range. That might be an opportunity.